What's up guys, welcome to Teen Tech Daily. Today we're going to be doing our Kickstart Your Week series that we kind of abandoned a while ago, as long as the rest of our channel. So we're hoping to get back to that, and we also have a new way of doing it so that you can see the website integrated with the video. We're recording the screen of the laptop here, and we'll embed that into the final video. So without further ado, let's get started with Kickstart Your Week for this week. So the first project that we're going to be looking at is the Co-Drone, which is the world's first programmable drone. Claims like that are kinda unrealistic because I'm sure there are other drones that people have made which they can program, but this will be one of the first ones to hit the market as a kit of sorts. Basically what this does is it gives you a bunch of components to create your own drone, which you can then program using a computer and the language that they choose to create flight paths and patterns, or you can add modules to it to engage in like laser fights or navigate through complex obstacle courses or whatever you really envision it being fun for. The reason I really like this project is I'm a fan of drones as a whole, though I don't own any, and I also like the idea of open source coding. Like, I enjoy building things, and I also like to code. Recently I've been playing with the Arduino and Raspberry Pi systems, and I have a ton of fun with that, so putting that type of experience of coding and creating something into a drone where you can actually control its flight path and all of that is very exciting. So the next project I'm going to look at is the Mic. Now this is a motion controlled microphone, and that's a really kinda interesting idea. It's a pretty compact microphone, but it's able to move accordingly based off of what the controller tells it to. So there's a GIF on the screen you can see. So this would allow adjustment of a microphone after it being placed, which is really important since I do a lot of video work myself, and sometimes you don't get it right the first time, but if you're filming a live event you can't run up there and change it. If you had this type of thing, you could actually make minute adjustments while it's recording. You could also tilt it to focus in on where sound is coming from, and there's a lot of possibilities with that. The fact that it's controlled on a 3-axis motion system is it leaves a lot of capabilities. And it also uses, well, one thing I don't like is it appears to use proprietary or not as common connectors. They're not proprietary, but they aren't necessarily the most common. It says 5-pin locking aircraft bayonet connectors, which sounds really good because it locks, but on the other hand, using something like an XLR cable would have been preferable, since that's what most people use for their professional video and audio work. So I'm scrolling down the page, making sure I didn't miss anything, but that looks like it's basically it. It seems like you can actually attach your own microphone, which is a very cool feature because people have preferences, and if you had to use theirs, I'm sure they can't manufacture the best, and not everyone wants to pay for that if they already have a microphone. So just kind of a cool little project that they have going, and it does look like each part is separate. So the Mic head is the one that does the 3-axis tilt, the Y slide allows it to move forward and backward or side to side, and the control box controls all of it. Unfortunately, it sounds like you actually need all of the parts, or at least the control box and the other part, because that's where the power comes from, and without power, it really won't go anywhere. So that's pretty much that project. I just really like it because the idea of being able to control a microphone after placing it, even if it's just a little bit of tilt or movement side to side, I find that really exciting because I like to play with like pan and tilt on everything. If it's remote controller, like just moving it back and forth, I could do that for hours, but it's also just opening up a lot of possibilities if you didn't place it correctly the first time, or you need to adjust where it's aiming based off of where sound is coming from, like following someone across the stage. And last but not least, we have Blipcast, which seems really straightforward, and honestly I'm surprised it hasn't existed before. But it's just truly, like, a really, really clever idea. Basically, the Blipcast is a little module. It kind of looks like the NVIDIA Shield console. Not really, it's much smaller, but it has that, like, angular design, which I'm very fond of, actually. And what that does is it takes the audio from your TV, and it will send the audio from the Blipcast module to your smartphone, where you can plug in headphones and listen to the TV, essentially, through your phone. And I see a lot of different uses for this. You can see on the screen, all they're saying is you can watch without disturbing you can watch without disturbing other people, but I also see it as an advantage of something that has trouble hearing, because they can get the headphones really close and turn them up really loud, as opposed to having to turn up the TV really loud. What I can't seem to figure out, and it doesn't look like it can do it, is if it's possible to have it do the TV and Blipcast simultaneously. It doesn't look like it supports that, but that would also, that would just make it a lot easier for someone that's hard of hearing or needs that, like, extra volume, because then they could stream over Blipcast to their phone and everyone else could listen from the TV, so they have the right volume for them without having to make it really loud for everyone else. There are systems that do that already, but not as convenient as this. And another thing I noticed is it doesn't seem to support multiple devices. So if you wanted to watch TV together, like two parents while their kids are sleeping or something, well, you're kind of stuck with a headphone splitter at that point. But that's pretty much, or actually, here it says you can connect to multiple phones if you set it up through your home Wi-Fi network, but then another concern is that you're going to start experiencing latency, because Wi-Fi is fast, but it's not instantaneous, and audio being unsynchronized with video can be a huge problem for a lot of people. So it's just a really cool idea. It's powered from the TV, gets the audio from the TV or the source, and I just really like that idea because it does make sense. I'm surprised it hasn't existed before, and it works with an app on iOS and Android, so I don't see why not. Like, it just seems smart enough to have existed before, but apparently it didn't. Thanks for watching Teen Tech Daily. We hope to see you back later this week with another video. Be sure to like this video if you liked it, dislike if you thought it sucked. Leave a comment below. We love chatting with our viewers, or leave ideas for what we could review next, or talk about projects that you like. And be sure to check out the links to these projects in the description below. So, we'll see you guys later this week.